I admit, sometimes being a public figure means that you have to hold yourself back from saying certain things. There are certain things that you cannot and shouldn't say. If your goal is to speak to as many people as possible, to have as many discussions with as many people from as many different backgrounds as possible, sometimes you can't say these things, and you know what I mean. What does it mean to be authentic? What does it mean to be vulnerable? Two of my most important values in my life. It means that all of these weird ideologies that I know, if I say, will put me in a mental hospital, or will make people ostracize me, will get me in trouble. Those ideologies, I have to tell the world. And I have many of those. I have many of those deep, dark desires that if I share with the world, people will be reporting me to local authorities, and I will be on the FBI or whatever Central Intelligence Agency in Australia is called. I will be on that list. So there are some things you can't say, and you know damn well that you can't say these things. You can't. If you want to be a part of society, you can't say these things. Ever since childhood, we all learn from our authoritative figures in our lives, our parents, not to say these things. Some observations, no matter how true, you can't say them because you might hurt other people's feelings, or it might just be socially unacceptable. It's just not the right time, and you're not in the right context to say certain things. It might be your uncle whom you don't know very well. You might want to say an observation such as he's balding, he has stinky breath, for example. You can't say these things. Your parents will tell you that you barely know this uncle, and that is rude. As a child, you can't be saying these things to your uncle. It's why even say these things? What benefit are you gonna gain out of these things? They will start to reason with you, and as you start to grow up, you realize that, hey, I do value being a part of this community. I don't want to be ostracized. I don't want to be seen as the weird one. I want to fit in, because fitting in has a lot of benefits. I will get protection. I will get emotional support. I'll get this. I'll get that. And they will respect me for that. And yeah, it also creates this feeling of love, companionship, camaraderie, all these good things. Being a part of society is not wrong. And to be a part of this society, you can't say certain things. You can't be your full authentic self. I'm sorry. I know a lot of autistic people will struggle with this. I have a friend who is exactly like this. I've told him off multiple times. Wait for me to respond first before sending that next text. Just wait. Let me respond first, bro. And sometimes I have to manually tell him the social cues that he needs to look out for. It's very challenging for these individuals. I know for a fact, because I've come into contact with many people who are like this. It's very hard. I do empathize with you. But yeah, what I want to say is that there's certain things that I cannot say. And you have to virtue signal a little bit being public. You can't say everything, no matter how right you think your ideas are, no matter how important some things are to you. If you say these things and they can potentially cause conflicts or cause people to view you in a negative way, should you really say these things? And I know for the fact that it's not worth it for me to be saying these things. So there's a degree of virtue signaling. I'm not a good person. I'm far from being good. If there's a completely sinless, perfect human being, that would be Jesus. but I am not Jesus. I have deep, dark desires, evil thoughts, and I can't say them. I can't say these things because I am not a perfect human being. No one is perfect. But anyways, there's a degree of virtual signaling. I harp on all the time about acceptance, about respecting people's rights to freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of ideologies. I harp on all the time about acceptance, loving other people, accepting people as who they are. And by the way, you should be doing this, and I should be doing this. I think that this is love. Love is willing the good in others. Love is accepting people as who they are. Love is recognizing that people have agency and they can choose to be whatever they want. And yeah. But the funny thing is, I might be saying all of this, but in my head, it's a completely different story. So I might be saying to accept others as who they are, respecting people's right to exercise their freedom. But then as soon as someone starts to exercise their freedom, and this action turns into something that starts affecting me, my life, and my rights to exercise my own freedom, suddenly I see those people as having no valid right to be the way that they are anymore. In other words, they can't be doing what they're doing and they can't be who they are. So that's what's going on in my head. And I know I'm a hypocrite. I know I'm a good person. I can't help it. This is the thing that goes on in my mind. I have these biases. Like anyone out there, I have different ideologies. I am influenced by these ideologies. I'm prone to propaganda, and it's just a matter of choosing which one to believe in. And we are all so different. And sometimes during an argument, I stop to ask myself, is this person really trying to debate me, trying to reach a common consensus? And are we trying to reach a common ground? Or is this an emotional response? And if it is an emotional response, I shouldn't say anything else. I shouldn't keep giving them a reason to debate me. I shouldn't try to change their point of view. I shouldn't try to present them with facts and figures. I shouldn't try to put my point of view across because it is futile. We are fighting an uphill battle, and it's our difference in ideologies that are separating us, that are causing conflicts. And being the pacifist that I am, sometimes being myself, being right, is not worth it. If you're anything like me, you would value social harmony more so than your individualistic, authentic self. You would value being socially accepted rather than being a lone wolf who is known for his wacky ideologies and being right all the time. And you would also value a utilitarianistic outcome for everyone. In other words, you value what is best for everyone. You might have to compromise a little bit, but it's the best outcome for everyone. And I do value that. I do care about other people also in that way. But yeah, I can't help it. I'm not perfect. I will disagree with you. And sometimes I think I am downright correct and you are wrong. But I can't say it, man. I can't say something. And it's true. Sometimes you are right. Actually, most of the time you are right and I need to listen. You are right, but not for the reason that you might think. You are right to see the world that way. You are right to feel that way because of your experiences, because of your traumas, because of the things that you have observed yourself, because of your beliefs, because of your ideologies. And trust me, we all have different ideologies. It's just a matter of choosing which one. You are right. You are absolutely right for feeling that way. As always, thanks for watching. I love you all, and I'll speak to you soon.